So I work for John Muir Trust. I'm the land development manager for Quinag and Sandwood. I'm recently appointed in this role, but I've been looking after Quinag especially for over 7 years now, and I feel very fortunate in a way to be taking care of such a beautiful place. So my role's really varied. I do a lot of community engagement and partnership working with different organisations, and also habitat restoration and peat restoration. We're trying to get natural regeneration because there isn't that much on Quinag around the foothills yet, and to do that we're trying to reduce the deer to encourage the trees to grow. We prefer the native trees that are already here on the mountain, but where there isn't a seed source we might have to look into possibly planting in the future. With the biodiversity loss and climate crisis that we're in, it's really important now to actually manage our land in an exemplary way so that we can capture the carbon and allow the mountain to thrive. It would be lovely to see a natural tree line going up the mountain, for example, of juniper or montane species, and we just don't have that at the moment. So there is change afoot of getting proper regeneration on the mountain. Today we're on a navigation course, which is part of my guided walk programme, and we're just learning basic map and compass skills, which will help give you an idea of what's involved in just finding your way in the hill. And it's just a really useful skill to have when you're out and about, and it just gives you that feeling of empowerment really, because you're able to be more self-sufficient when you're in the hill. I just really love that about it. It gives you the ability to access anywhere. These are really handy for if you're in an area a lot, like I am on Quinag, then you need to be in good detail, and it's really handy knowing a bit of Gaelic for map readings.
My name's Lynn, and I'm a seasonal ranger for the John Muir Trust at Sandwood estate in the far northwest from here. And I think navigation for me has been kind of underpinned in empowering me to travel through these landscapes on my own and self-sufficient, and also to be able to facilitate and hold space for others to do that themselves. I had quite a journey with my health a few years ago, where despite being at the peak of my fitness as a summer mountain leader, a mountain guide, an expedition leader, and just about to go in towards my winter ML, I contracted Lyme disease and lost everything, and had no confidence to even walk a mile in the hills. And I think returning to map and compass brought me back to myself. Yeah, I got given a 100-year-old map from my great-grandfather of Cape Wrath in the northwest, and Cape Wrath means turning point, and I fixed on walking from Knoydart, where the Trust has one of its properties that for me embodies, like what rewilding and planting trees can be. And I started there and walked to Cape Wrath, and when I got there I ran the Cape Wrath Marathon as my living more like a marathon than a sprint.
It's really adventurous.
But that would never have happened, I remember like nav courses, just a few hours to plant the seed.
Yes.
And then you maybe do half a day, and then you maybe do a bigger day, and then you do 3 days. It's not just starting with, the massive. But at some point you take the jump and you go, do you know what, I need to change my life, I just need to go. And then look where you end up. And so now to be able to live within 10 miles of Sandwood and be able to actually live where I work and literally be shaped, describe myself as being shaped by the Highlands, and it feels really special to now actually to work with Romany and the Trust to start shaping this landscape in a way that can empower others to move through it. My journey towards summer mountain leader kind of opened my eyes to it has been quite a masculine world. There's these amazing women running courses now that are changing that, and there's more compassionate men I have found in the last 5 years that are who I would like to work with and they'd like to work with me. So I've definitely felt a shift, and also felt a bit of a shift in owning our space and being vulnerable in that space. So navigation, I think, can be quite a vulnerable space to be in. It's quite technical, there's numbers. Going into a cold, wet environment can be seen as you need to be quite strong on the outset, but actually, yeah, I do think we belong in this space as women.
I came into it not anxious about going into the wilderness on my own, but not fully confident either, and just having not been to particular areas, not feeling the need to go because it was somewhere I didn't know, and then just exploring and finding actually it's okay to go off on your own and go up a mountain you've never been up. And even though I work in the outdoors and I'm familiar going around hills, it's just strange that was in me, that sort of insecurity that I didn't even realise I had. And so once I've found that, I've then talked to other women locally, and they also feel intimidated by it. They feel unable to do it because they don't know where the path is. They don't have, and it's really about confidence. Like, everyone is capable of going up a mountain, but people don't think they are, and it's just enabling people to give them that opportunity to go up and experience it like we do. And I'm really passionate about passing that on to other women. Misty all around me, but I know exactly where I am.
Everywhere in the dark in the attic, it's difficult.
It is hard, but it's possible. And it's just remembering the tools, like the very basic tools that you've learned, just get them really solid. So your pacing, your distance, your compass.
Once you're like, one with the map, you'll know, you'll be like, oh, there's a loch coming up, I'm going to go this way.
Yeah.
At night, no.